tabernacle. Last time we spoke about the wall. We see that the wall, its work was to divide inside and outside. We said it was to divide the holy things and the unholy. Today we are continuing with another part of the tabernacle, which is the door. The door was very strategic. It was set on the east of the tabernacle. In the Bible, the word east have a real meaning. The sun rises at the east. And when the sun rises, what happens? And now from this time, man starts working. And if they start working, this means then God is not at work. When we see from the Bible, when the people were at the work, God was not working. And now there are wise men who are coming from east, coming to Bethlehem to meet together with Jesus. The problem with these people, with these wise men, is that even though they were given a star, when the star had gone away, these people entered into the world of their works. As they lived their life, they lived working and doing something for their life. Even this time, as they are coming to meet together with Jesus Christ, who is the true door, they could not come briefly and in a haste, because inside their thought, there was their works. God cannot work with them who have still their thought come arise. That's why God allowed them first to meet together with King Herod, so that also after this, they can go and meet together with Jesus. King Herod is doing the work of removing the work of these servants in their heart. If they bring their own works, their own diligence, their own goodness before Jesus, the things of them can never be received by Jesus. That's why when they went through to the Herod's palace, the time they brought a big problem among the children of Israel. Because after this, they reported to Herod that another king was born. King Herod could not share his glory with any other person. That's why in the heart of King Herod, wrath, and he felt so much disappointed. Why? Because his glory was being tampered with. King Herod was the one who was chosen by people. He was appointed by their own man, emperor, to come and lead the land of Israel. That's why Herod could not think that from the Jews, from the people of Israel, another king can come arise. When we think about it deeply, the servants, this shepherd, if they have to come before Jesus, they cannot come before Jesus bringing their own way. Until Herod, they have to empty everything that they had in their heart, and from this time they can follow the star without having their own thoughts coming arise. They can only follow the star, and thus people can come where Jesus Christ is. Even though Herod, through the scribes, realized that Jesus Christ was the Messiah, he was the one who was to come and save the whole world. Herod, in the heart of Herod, there was so much works. He wanted to remain as king. He wanted to guide continually. That's why this Herod cannot come to Jesus to receive salvation, but is the one who wants to come and demolish what God have done. People in the East, they want to remain their own works. They want to remain their own glory. They want to do everything for themselves. In the East is the place where God does not work, but Satan is at work. When we see the Bible continually, John the Baptist, when he was in the world, one time he knew that the disciples were not standing knowing who Jesus is. But this John the Baptist wanted to show to the disciples who Jesus is. That's why he was not the one who was standing on the side of them, but is the one who is rebuking them and leading them to Jesus Christ. on the side of before John the Baptist, everything else is in the east side. But after John the Baptist, he was the one who was calling people to come into the west where Jesus Christ was. After Cain killed Abel, that time Cain met together with God. After he had conversation with God, he went to the east of the land of Eden. What does it mean? Now Cain have gone to the side of working. He's not the one who is coming to the land of Eden. In the land of Eden, everything was being prepared there by God. But he's the one who is moving from west, going to the east, going to the side of his own works. When he met together with God, then he's the one who have to repent and he have to turn his heart toward Eden. But Cain, he's the one who is following his own way. In the land of Eden, on the east, then he have to work, he have to labor, he have to go through much pain. But if you have to enter into the land of Eden, then here you have to enter to the perfect peace under the preparation of God. When we see continually, God, He is the one who is opening our eyes so that we can see the east. When we see the gate of the tabernacle, it was so much decorated. The reason why it was so decorated is so that everyone, even from afar, could realize and also could recognize it. It was not its colors, they were totally different from the colors of the wall. This means what? The people who are surrounding the tabernacle on the side of the east, west, north, and south, people who are in the west, north, and south, even though they would like them to have another gate, it was not possible. Why? Because gate was only one, which was Jesus Christ. Gate, in the book of John chapter 10 verse 9, the Bible is saying, Jesus Christ is saying that He is the door. And door of the tabernacle, no one who cannot see it. You see, the door, the reason why it was decorated, it was that anyone from anywhere can come unto this door. And whoever comes can always receive our salvation. When we see our eyes from our birth, we cannot see clearly. It have a log. In the book of Matthew chapter 7, it's saying that we are the people who have the log. That's why our judgments are always wrong. When we see ourselves, continually we live our life judging not according to the knowledge, not according to the wisdom of God, not according to the righteousness of God. When we see Jesus Christ, many people, even though Jesus Christ is very open, many people could not recognize Jesus Christ. Why? Because in their heart there is a new way, there is another path which was not originated from Jesus Christ, from God. When we see there is Nicodemus, even though Jesus Christ said unto him about John chapter 3 verse 16, he's the one who cannot realize Jesus Christ in his heart. The heart of Nicodemus was filled with many other things apart from Jesus Christ. That's why even though Jesus Christ is very colorful, even though Jesus Christ is telling him everything openly, Nicodemus, he's not able to see clearly, he's not able to see Jesus Christ one by one. From the beginning, gate is very colorful, as I have said. This gate, which is very colorful, people when they see it, they can recognize it easily. One time John saw Jesus Christ passing by, and he said, "Hey, behold, the Lamb of God that taketh away the sin of the world." Jesus Christ is showing them, if you really want to go to heaven, there's no any other way apart from that gate. That is the gate. Why don't you look at that door? Everyone, please don't hold unto your own thoughts. Why don't you behold unto the door, which is the only way? John the Baptist is not the door. John the Baptist is the only one who is preparing for the door, but he can never be the door. If he brings us to the door, then we can enter through the door. But John the Baptist, he can never bring us inside the Holy Tabernacle. He cannot bring us to God. He can never bring us to heaven. The only way is only Jesus Christ. As John the Baptist was living his life, when he was taken and he was put in cell, the time he sent disciples to Jesus Christ. He go and ask from Jesus whether he's the real Messiah or should we wait for another Messiah. Does it mean that John the Baptist doesn't know that Jesus Christ is the Messiah? It is not so. John the Baptist knew very well that Jesus Christ was the Messiah. But what does he want? He wants also his disciples not to belong and to look unto him, but he wanted the disciple to move their hearts and see Jesus and belong to Jesus and enter through Jesus Christ to heaven. It is not that John the Baptist never knew very well, but he's the one who knew very well. Who doesn't know Jesus Christ? Who didn't know that Jesus Christ was the Messiah? John the Baptist is the one who is only speaking and also telling people and notifying people about Jesus Christ. He's the one who knew very well. But the disciples, they didn't have the eye to see clearly. They didn't have the eye to see Jesus Christ as Messiah. That's why he's doing the work of wakening up their hearts so that they can move and belong to Jesus Christ. In the book of Isaiah chapter 53, we shall see that. Isaiah chapter 53, verse 1. Who have believed our report, and who is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He had no form, no comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and we hid as it were our face from him. He was despised and was esteemed, and we esteemed him not. Isaiah chapter 53 is speaking about Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ had no form, had no comeliness, he had no beauty in him. That's why Jesus Christ, when he met together with the Pharisees, they could not really believe in him. There was no good quality in Jesus Christ. He was of low quality. He was of low standard. That's why when they saw him, even the people of his village could not believe in him. They knew him. He was son of a carpenter. They were living with the brethren. But they never knew the true taste of Jesus Christ. When you look at the gate, it doesn't have so many good quality. It was not made of gold. It was not made of silver, not precious stones, but it was of neat work. It was made of only neat. That when we think about it, the gate, it was not of great value. That's why people can despise it. But when we think about it carefully, when we think about it deeply, this gate is very colorful. From afar, it was made of 4 colors. It was made of purple, white, red, and blue. Purple is the color of the king. The 4 colors here represents the 4 books of gospel. That is Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the 4 gospel books. The purple, it represents the book of Matthew. Book of Matthew, Jesus Christ is esteemed, it is shown as a king. When you see the book of Matthew, there is the genealogy of Jesus Christ. This means what? In the tabernacle, purple, color purple was in a long time ago. Color purple was the color of the king. Why was it the color of the king? Actually, color purple, long time ago there was no dye. That's why purple was made from small insects. So that means it was very expensive. It took a lot of time to make or to color purple. That's why the color purple, who were putting on purple was only the kings. So the book of Matthew represents Jesus Christ as the king. At the gate of tabernacle, also there is color red. Red represent the book of Mark. The book of Mark, there is no genealogy. Why? Because Jesus Christ is represented as a servant. It is called also the servant gospel or cow gospel. When we see here, there is only Jesus who was working continually, but there was no honor unto Jesus. When we see color white, it represents the book of Luke. Luke was a physician. That's why he is the one who knew human body very well. That's why we call the book of Luke as a person's gospel. When we see there is also the color blue. It shows sky. It shows heaven. It shows Jesus Christ as Son of God. It's also called Eagle's Gospel. This shows that all the people, the four colors represented all the people from all dimensions or from all sides. All the people can come and can enter into the tabernacle. It doesn't matter whether they are of low quality or they are of low standard or they are great people. All people could come and enter to the tabernacle. When we see the four colors also, the four gospel also, it is representing the four kinds of people who are living in Middle East. In the Middle East, there are Jews, they are Christian, they are Romans, and also they are Arabian. The Jews are represented by color purple. Also color red, it represents the Romans, and also color white, it is representing the Arabians, and color blue is representing the Christians. When we see the four colors showing that all kind of people, all manner of people can enter into the tabernacle. This shows what? It is not for the great, it is not for the low quality. All people can access tabernacle Israel. When we see tabernacle also, it is very wide. Its length was 10 meters. This shows what? Everyone from all, it doesn't matter how many they are, as long as they are there, all people, all can enter into the tabernacle. It was so good, so strategically, and also so wide that all people can easily come in. In the book of Matthew chapter 22, there is a king who prepared a marriage for his servant, for his son. And now he sent his servant to go and bring people, but the people who were bidden, all of them refused to come. That's why the king sent the servant to go where? To the highways. And what he's telling them, whoever you find, all of them, please invite them over. It doesn't matter whether they are clean, whether they are dirty, whether they are rich, whether they are poor, whether they are whole, whether they are blind. Take them all to come inside the marriage. The door was very wide. All people can fit from whatever race, from whatever family, from whatever standard of life. This door is wide enough that can receive all people. When we see from the Bible, the man who fell among the thieves was the person who had lost all his dignity. He lost everything that he was having, and now this time he was halfway dead. But such kind of a person also can enter into the holy tabernacle. This kind of person also can meet together with Jesus Christ. There's a woman who was caught in very act of adultery. Also such a woman, such a dirty woman can meet and also can enter into the tabernacle through Jesus Christ. When we see the door of tabernacle, it was very wide to receive evil one. Also, not only that, in the door, it was not made of iron. It was made of soft material. This means what? This door did not have any rock. This means what? Any person, any time, can easily come and access the tabernacle. This means what? Whether they are young, whether they are elderly, whether it is not very easy to enter. It was very, the door was wide and very soft for all people to come and enter. When we see the Tower of Tabernacle, it was not to prevent anyone to enter. The material that made this tabernacle, it was very soft. That's why it was not hard for anyone to come and see. When we see the Bible in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 8, it says like this: I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. The Bible is saying, I know your works. How are your works? Your works are very much wanting. They are very much lacking. They are very evil, and they are very bad. But what the Bible is saying that, see, I have set before you an open door. Why is God setting an open door for us? It's because we are very weak, we are very evil, we are very dirty. That's why if the door is locked for us, we don't have any power to come in. He knows that we have a little strength. For you have a little strength. We don't have much strength. That's why if the door is very hard for us to enter, we cannot receive salvation. When we see the Bible, the door is representing Jesus Christ. When we go through the door, we can live. John chapter 10 verse 9 is saying like this: I am the door. By me, if any man enters, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pastures. What does the Bible say? I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved. That means what? Through the door, through Jesus Christ, we can be saved. There are other ways that can there be. These ways can never give salvation. The only way that can give salvation is the way which is Jesus Christ. That's why if we enter through Jesus Christ, we can all be saved. I hope all of you can go to heaven only through the true way, which is Jesus Christ. If you cannot find the door, then you are the one who is still doing something. If you cannot see the door, then you are living the life of Nicodemus. You who is trying to accomplish something by doing something, you are very evil and dirty, and you can never enter to heaven's kingdom. It is not by works, it is not out of diligence, whether you pray or not. If you cannot enter through the door, who is Jesus Christ, truly you can enter to heaven's kingdom. Until next time, we shall end up here. Thank you.